but we have to give others the opportunity. Now I request our host, Professor Faridin Ahmed, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Shahjalal University of Science and Technology, to do his part of the presentation.
Thank you, sir. University of Science and Technology in Bangladesh, and in this part of this Bangladesh world, this is the first university in Sylhet, the SUST University of Science and Technology, Sylhet University. And I will tell you that this university is a Science and Technology University. We have 9 departments of engineering, and also we have departments of physical sciences, life sciences, and art, social science, and business. And it is really a center of excellence for teaching and learning and research. And I believe in the universities of Bangladesh, it occupies a very important position as one of the best universities. And doing some collaboration with our partners in northeastern India, it will take us to a new height. Because in this university, our teachers, they have special knack for research. And also the students, they are doing excellent home and abroad. And our colleagues, they work day and night in the labs, and they publish their articles in the high impact journals. And I believe if we can build up some collaboration with our neighboring universities, it will be a wonderful thing for both our countries. And I believe it has just begun, and we will find out the opportunities and the scope for doing collaboration research together. And just I will say a few more things. In this university, we have a lot of achievements. Just I will mention one thing. Last year, January 12th, we have won the Digital World Award among all the public universities of Bangladesh, and also our students. Now they are in Portugal, Lisbon. They are attending one international conference there. In Bangladesh, at one row, 7 years, they became champion in computer programming. Now they are in Portugal, and another team is in Mumbai. They are also attending one international competition, and shortly, a few of the students, they will be going to NASA, because they have become champion, leaving behind 2,800 competitors. In short, I am giving you some only glimpses of our awards that we have achieved so far, and I believe I don't want to take much time. And we have this university in our brochure. There is some glimpses of what we have done and what our strengths. And I believe in future we'll explore the possibilities of working together. This is just beginning. I thank especially my sir, Professor Abdul Mannan. He is the person who gave us the impetus and also total support from the University Grants Commission for his inspiration, and we can come to this point. And I also thank Mr. Tanvir Mansoor, diplomat, for supporting us, and also thank Mahbul Haq Bhai for his great support, because he is the co-organizer, and with the support of Mahbul Haq Bhai and the University Grants Commission, we could organize this great event. And I thank all my colleagues and friends and our students and for their continuous support. And with this support, I believe we can take this university to a new height in the future. I promise that university, if you can continue our progress in this rate, and it will be one of the best universities in Bangladesh within 2-3 years. And also it will have a position in the global arena. With these few words, I request our partners in northeastern universities, they will sit together later after this meeting. We'll find out the ways and means to cooperating each other, and in future we will also work together, and that is our promise. And we have a firm commitment for collaboration and consensus and communication. And I think I will have more time to speak and to make it cut short. I just finish it here. I thank you all.
Thank you. Just to mention, we just completed on 31st of December last, 10-year long project worth 240 million US dollar. The fund came from the government of Bangladesh and the World Bank. The project was named as Higher Education Quality Enhancement Project. We have 5 different windows, and one of the window was academic industry collaboration. And out of that collaboration came out 19 innovative ideas or innovations. One was from Shahjalal University of Science and Technology, and we applied for patent in US for all these 19, and so far we have more or less received that 10 out of 19 is more or less sure, and one of them belongs to Shahjalal University of Science and Technology. The main researcher was Dr. Yasmin Haq. I think she was from physics department. Yeah, she's not here today. She is from physics department, and she came out with a vaccine, a low-cost vaccine that could, identify cancer amongst the patients. So we are very proud of her achievement, of course, of the university itself. And based on the success of our project, the World Bank for the first time in Bangladesh said the project ended with highly satisfactory note. 99.2% success never ever happened in this country. The project was implemented by University Grants Commission. Now we have a 400 million US dollar project, and this is a regional project Afghanistan, India, Nepal, China and Bangladesh, and our University Grants Commission will be the implementing agency. So we have many similar projects, and all credit goes to our colleagues in Bangladesh who made this success possible. So I just wanted to share these achievements of our universities, our researchers in this country. University Grants Commission is just a facilitator. Now I would like to invite Professor Noni Gopal Mohanto, who is the Director of Southeast Asia Studies and the Registrar of Guwahati University in Assam.
Thank you, sir. Slide on Guwahati University, please. Honorable Chairperson, respected, next slide please. Established in the year 1948, next slide. This is one of the most inclusive university in India, in the sense that the history of Northeast India is actually history of Guwahati University, in the sense that only recently for last 10-20 years we have seen the proliferation of various universities in the region. Otherwise, even now today, we have about 287 linguistic groups and ethnic groups in the region. So almost all these groups have representation in this historic university, and our university has maintained that traditional, our meritorious track record. Even today, we have been ranked as the grade A university by NAC. And amongst universities, including central universities, IIT and other institutes, we have been ranked as 22 in the second universities in the country. And amongst state universities, Guwahati University is among the top 6 universities of this country. Next slide, please. So, with maintaining that historical significance, next slide, this is one of the view. We have about 46 departments, then we have 5 academic centers, then faculty strength is 346, academic institutes 3, and including PG and UG, we have 8,000 students, and if we include our colleges, our affiliated colleges are 340, which are government colleges, and about 50 colleges are private universities, and we have here 300,000 students in the colleges. So in the sense, physically, in terms of infrastructure-wise, this is one of the largest universities in the country. And apart from that, we have some of the illustrious centers. Our central universities are having books with more than 300,000 books. Apart from that, we have some illustrious centers I do not want to go into the details of recognition, but these are some of the centers that we have wide recognition throughout the country, like sophisticated analytical instrumental facility, central instrumentation facility, an astronomical observatory, botanical garden with national repute, one institutional biotech hub, an anthropological museum. As I say, the Northeast India is anthropologists' delight and policymakers' nightmare. So we have a very highly enriched anthropological museum. Then we have a folklore museum because we have rich culture in the region. Apart from that, we have ST Radar facility for atmospheric research. Next slide. Then we have a lot of institutes. I do not want to go into the details because due to paucity of time, any question arises, we'll be delighted to answer. The next is Center for Southeast Asian Studies, in which I'm also officiating as the director. And under this, next slide please, under this Center for Southeast Asian Studies, we have a vibrant people-to-people educational contact. Right now, we have offered 7 university our fully funded scholarship to National University of Laos, PDR. They have already completed 1 semester and they have gone back to their country. Right now, we have students from Thammasat University. 25 students have been studying here with credit transfer. They're doing 1 semester in our university with a credit transfer facility. Apart from that, we have universities, students from various developed and developing countries. I do not want to go into the details, but for the benefit of this session, what I would like to say, with the kind permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, is that we have offered free admission facilities. Only they have to take care, the foreign students have to take care of their daily hostel mess dues. Otherwise, we offer the facilities of free admission. The admission fees and other fees are waived. That is the benefit we can also provide. We can also talk about credit transfer. We have credit transfer facility. It is not that you have to study whole 2 years by entire 5 years program. You can go there for a short-term course, and that credit transfer we have already done at the institutional level with various Southeast Asian countries. And our Center for Southeast Asian Studies is incorporated by Government of Assam in the budget. So that is highly funded budget program by the Government of Assam. And I request you, with the permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, we can offer certain number of fully funded students from our neighboring countries of Bangladesh, and we're happy to welcome you to our university. Well, our alumni is all over there in the country, present Chief Minister, and a lot of illustrated scientists. Next paragraph. Yeah, Bhupen Hazarika was our faculty member. He is the illustrious singer, the notable singer, the Bharat Ratna Award winner. He was our faculty member. And Mamani Raisam Goswami. Then we have a lot of scientists and literatures from Guwahati University who have carved a niche for themselves, not only at the national level, but also at the international level. Well, I do not want to go into the details. The present Chief Minister is from our state, Health Minister, Finance Minister, and Mr. Jitendranath Goswami. He is a chief scientist and was a part of Chandrayaan mission. He is our Chief Election Commissioner of Government of India, is also an alumni of this university. Well, I do not want to go into the details. My conclusion is this, that now we need to move from disjointed history to people's history. We have now fragmented borders. From fragmented border, let us go to the people's relationship, because Chittagong was our lifeline. It is not only at the refugee level that Uddastu community is a vibrant community. That is a separation of heart, that is a separation of psychology, not only at the people's level, but at the economic level also. Northeast was, during colonial period, was the most globalized part of this world. And we had 4% higher income rate than that of India. It was after post-partition that this was disrupted. Economy has come to a standstill. But nevertheless, today we have an opportunity. That opportunity is Act-East policy. It is mutually beneficial. The benefit that we accord to Bangladesh, we also expect proportional benefit to our students also, sir. So to conclusively, what I want to say is that we have some negotiations is going on. For example, the border conflict. We have come up with a border accord that has resolved more than 70 years of border conflict. We have BIMSTEC. We have BCIM, Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar corridor. So that way, There is now economic corridor, there is connectivity, there is trade is flourishing. Now let us focus on this track 3 initiative. Conclusively, my argument is that Bhupen Hazarika, he composed our university national anthem, and that talks about the vision and mission of our university. Bhupen Hazarika said, Jirikaba Lui Tore Par, that is Guwahati University, will enlighten the bank of Brahmaputra. Hasipate Bhakha Dibo, Sifunge Akha Dibo, Rong Dhore Melibo Duar. The scriptures in Hasipat will give language. Sifung, the essence of tribal culture, will bestow hope. Homaje Habotibo Mahan Manovatak, Bigyane Anibo Joar. Society will embrace humanism. The scientific quest will conquer all of us. Science will be the foundation. Oigyan Saknoya Efolia Koritoi, Melijao Jibonoregan. That talks about Indian philosophy. Asatoma Shadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityumam Amritam Gamaya, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you. Bhupen Hazarika is a very well-known name in this country, and most of his songs are very popular. Manush Manusher Janna, Bistirna Dupare. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Assam Science and Technology University of Assam, we are now running beyond our 1:30. Now it's 1:40. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all of you. Let me begin with thanking Chairman, the UGC Bangladesh, the VC of this university, and the Chancellor of USTM for making it possible to visit this wonderful country right next to us, which I had been always dreaming about. After listening to the oldest university with all the illustrious sons of Assam, now I am talking about a university which is fairly new, and it is the only affiliating technical university of the state, and that's the Assam Science and Technology University. Next slide, please. Yeah, so my proposal is to talk about collaborations between Assam Science and Technology and Shahjalal University of Science and Technology, Sylhet, on teaching, research and innovation, merely because of the fact that both of us we are dealing with science and technology of the area in what we are talking of. Next slide, please. In brief, our university was established in 2010 and the academic activities started from 2013. In fact, we had the first convocation just last month, in month of February, for the first time, and graduating 1,500 students at a time. Next slide, please. Mission. Our main aim was to establish a platform to participate together by the state and the private organizations under unified umbrella. And we would like to create facilities for all to participate. And basically we have the interaction with the industry. With that mission, our vision is that we give a synchronized strategic and operational leadership to technical education of Assam through a unified structure. And we would like to create state-of-the-art infrastructure and train excellent academic personnel at par with the international peers. Because we know that even in India, the Northeast is slightly, I would say, falling behind in comparison to the technical developments in the other parts of the country. Therefore, the idea is to give a platform where our students would be able to do experiments with high-tech, latest instrumentation equipments to come to the forefront and at par with the peer, international peer or even the national peer. Next slide, please. The strategies, I would say, will be similar. Therefore, let me not go into the details of this slide. I go to the next. We have basically, next slide please. We have the academic programs which are offered, and we have about more than 40 programs in which we have the undergraduate engineering normal programs and the postgraduate programs. Besides that, we have other undergraduate programs in science as well as in MBA, B.Pharm, M.Pharm, etc. We have postgraduate programs also in these subjects. We have diploma, certificate programs. These are short-term courses, and PG diploma program also we have started. We have a doctoral program where we have about 10 different departments working together. Next slide, please. We have basically the future roadmap. We put it as establishing a center for excellence. Then we would like to have a creation of a technology park, creation of the state-of-the-art workshop for skill development, and creation of the consultancy wings for socio-economic planning and development. The next slide, here I show you the affiliated colleges we have under our university umbrella. It's about 22 colleges around the state. Next slide, please. We have, this is the student sheet, which basically shows the students we have in these 22 colleges. We have about over 9,000 students pursuing various academic programs. We have about 72 research scholars doing research in various departments. We have a fairly good male to female ratio, which I have shown in the histogram. Next slide, please. As far as affiliations and accreditation goes, 4 of our affiliated institutes, colleges, namely GIMT, which is a private college actually, and Assam Engineering College at Guwahati, Jorhat Engineering College at Jorhat, and Girijanand Chaudhary Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. These are 4 colleges which are NBA accredited, and they are running NBA accredited courses. Basically, the process of NBA accreditation for the other colleges are also on, and they should be applying to the MHRD and UGC basically in the next couple of years. Next slide, please. In the achievement and strength, I would say that in achievements we have a collaborative project running with Curtin University, Australia, where it is sponsored by Government of Assam. We are trying to study the gap in various academic spheres of the technical education in the state of Assam. We have signed MOUs with other institutes as well as institutes of the Department of Science and Technology of Government of India. All these NBA accredited engineering colleges. Besides that, the pharmacy college, I would like to say that it was in the rank band of 51 to 75 of the National Institutional Ranking Framework for the last 2 years. As I already said, we had the first convocation in the month of February, and we have been holding the National Hackathon competition for the Northeast in one of our private colleges, GMT. And Nits Mirza, which is another college, has won prizes in national level and at the regular hackathon we have in the university. Next slide, please. We have started a Central Research Hub. As I said, the establishment of this hub, we hope, will provide a R&D platform to the students and faculty members of affiliated technical institutes and colleges, especially the unaided affiliated colleges, to improve the quality of their technical knowledge and skill. Next slide, please.
You have to stop.
Yeah. Let me come, next slide. Just 2 slides I would like to show. Next slide, please. The common issues. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, the common issues, what I feel between both the universities are that we need to have intra and inter-university collaborative work. Non-exchange of scientific culture can give us problems, so we try to have exchange in scientific culture, soft skill development, technical skill development. Low student enrollments in the science, technology, engineering and mathematics is an issue which we need to somehow sort out and try to bring it up as much as possible. And the methodologies, what one would like to promote are basically by signing, executing different, next slide, MOUs. We would like to develop some joint women study centers, joint research book publication and website developments. We would like to have some interactions in the areas of student internship and induction program. We would like to participate in even faculty development programs in both the places. We do have participation in hackathon, and we would like to promote that among both the, not only between both these 2 universities, but among other universities here as well. And provision of English taught courses, I feel, is very important, because this reflects on the employability later in life. So introduction of dual university courses on skill-intensive experimental learning programs and some kind of MOOC programs would be very beneficial to both the sides. So with that, I would like to conclude, and we open our doors for collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sylhet Agriculture University, another premium agriculture university of this country, Dr. Mohammad Matiur Rahman Hawladar.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairman of this session, National University of Science and Technology, Mahmoud Haq, and Honorable Vice Chancellors of Bangladesh, faculties, honorable guests, friends of media, students, good afternoon to everybody. Let me take the opportunity to welcome you on behalf of Sylhet Agricultural University in this International Convention of Vice Chancellors of India and Bangladesh. Respected audience, Sylhet Agricultural University is a new inclusion in this region. Since its inception in 2006, Sylhet Agricultural University has the mandate to become the flagship university in the arena of agricultural education, research and innovation in Bangladesh and beyond. Thus, it is equally important for us to keep close to our communities of interest within Bangladesh and internationally. To that end, we are continually working in partnership with local and international partners, governments, communities and allied educational institutions. Respected audience, Bangladesh and India are good neighbors having historical bondage from deep time. We got several bipartite collaborations at the highest level between governments. However, we need to collaborate at the institutional level to get benefit from each other. I do believe that we have many things in common and also many things to share. The university role is innately civic, whether global or local. The universities are strong institutions for the public good. New knowledge that fuels our economic and social growth flourishes through setting policies that endorses future needs, global and local. Thus, there are opportunities for universities to develop collaboration under their policy framework. August gatherings. This conference provides a unique opportunity for all of us because of its scope. It has attracted delegates from different universities to discuss the issue of research and collaborative educational initiative. Over the new few hours, we will make sense of the day's events. Let us make this day significant and historical that can be told often enough. I would love to see this conference as the first initiative of creating future hub of essential shared cultural knowledge between Northeastern Universities of India. In my university, we have 6 faculties for undergraduate degrees. We offer from veterinary, animal and biomedical faculties, DVM degree. From agricultural faculty, we offer Bachelor of Agricultural Honors. From Faculty of Fisheries, we offer Bachelor of Fisheries degree, and from Faculty of Agricultural Economics and Business Studies, we offer BSc Agricultural Economics, and from Faculty of Biotechnology and Genetic Engineering, we offer Bachelor of Biotechnology. And from our university, there are 47 departments, and from 47 departments, we offer Masters and PhD program. Now we do have about 3,000 students, 2,500 undergraduate students, and 500 postgraduate students for MS and PhDs. Our total faculty members are 255 faculty members, and most of them are PhD holders. We are doing research for safe food production and post-harvest processing of agricultural products. We like to collaborate with our neighboring India, the universities. We can have exchange program of our internship students and faculty members, and we can do collaborative research. With these few words, I like to thank everybody. Thank you all.
Thank you. Now we have Honorable Vice Chancellor from Mizoram University, Mizoram.
Respected Vice Chancellors, faculty members and other members of the audience. I am from Mizoram University. Mizoram University is a central university of the Government of India. It was established in the year 2001. And next slide please. It was actually having only central university in the state, and it has got more than 5,000 students, and it has got two campuses. One is Tanhil campus and another is Pachunga campus in the same city of Aizawl. And it is a beautiful state and with a good environment and unpolluted environment. It is located in the Lushai Hills of Mizoram state, and it has got a very good border of Myanmar and Bangladesh, and it was the place called Kawarpachai in Bangladesh area. Mizoram has got a long border of Bangladesh, and it has got immigration point also established in the year 2017. Next slide please. So it has got 8 schools and under 33 departments are there, and the 8 schools, School of Engineering Technology, Physical Sciences, Chemical Sciences, Architecture, Social Sciences, Humanities and Education, and Natural Resource Management, Commerce Management and Information Science, and it has got 3 centers of research excellence, and it is the only university in the Northeast region has got 3 incubators of excellence, that is DST incubator, DBT incubator, and DRDO incubator, Northeast Technology Research Incubator is also has been sanctioned, and it has got more than 300 sanctioned positions in the university, and presently we got recruited more than 205 people, and it is offering several courses under this 8 schools. Next slide please. It has got very good NIR ranking in the past several years. National Institutional Ranking Framework, it has been always in the first 100 universities, and it has got NAAC grade accredited institution, and it has got several points like DST, DBT incubator, DRDO incubator, and it has got its own MOOCs development center, and it has the CBCS pattern under UG and PG programs, and several. One most important thing is this is one of the few universities in the country there was no strike, no band, no agitations by students, teachers, non-teachers, and always 365 days it will be running. This is the most unique feature of this university, and it has got very good publications and ranking, and it has got also H index very high, and it is having several research projects, and in the last 1.5 years it has filed more than 25 patents, and it has more than 50-60 crores projects has been granted in the last 1.5 years. Next slide please. And it is the major features, if you just see here, there is more resource generation is possible, and strengthening of the e-resources, and whole campus is digital campus, and there was no cash transaction in the campus, and it is very unique campus in the state. Next slide please. These are the various courses under the different schools, and more than 33 courses are there, and recently we got several new courses also got sanctioned by UGC. Next slide. These are the new courses which are got sanctioned recently by UGC: MSc Food Technology, MBA Tourism and Hospitality, MSc Industrial Chemistry, MSc Molecular Medicine, Travel Studies, Clinical Psychology, and MA Rural Development. Next slide. And there are several initiatives we are taking up in the recent days that university has been, started several initiatives like establishing several center for excellences in engineering and other science departments and arts department, and students are introduced with project work training in final year, and the practical training is very much imparted, and all the faculty are motivated for publishing papers, minimum 3 papers and 2 projects being applied every year. Next slide please. These are the various initiatives we have taken in the recent days, that we are encouraging international students, and we are also encouraging more research for innovation, and because of that our faculty has filed more than 25 patents in the last 1.5 years, and skill development in all the courses we have introduced skill development and add-on courses. We have 9 BVOC programs, that is Bachelor of Vocabulary vocational courses, we have been sanctioned by UGC. Entrepreneurship training has been one of the important one, and there are about 7 startups has been motivated in our DST incubator, and one of them has got All India National Award also recently. Next. And we have initiated several things like the Center for Excellence, all the departments, and we initiated at every department depending on the talent and the resource. We have started one particular excellent Center for Excellence in the particular department. Next slide please. and novel models, that is the
We have to.
Yes, fine. And we have introduced several novel models which in every department it is our very unique in this next slide please. Next skill development programs has been introduced for role development, and there is we have even introduced the role development training program for the rural women, and we are conducting training programs for rural women in the whole state. Next slide. So this is one of the important unique feature of the Mizoram University, that employment linked skilling program. All the students, they can register in Mizoram University website, and we are providing apprentice training from whole university students, and once they complete that course, we are providing them apprentice training program and job guarantee. This is what. Next slide. So thank you very much, and we welcome the students from Bangladesh, and we are providing, this is one of the best university in the country, and people can choose our university.
Thank you, sir. Now we have Professor Dr. J.S. Patil, the Honorable Vice Chancellor from National Law University and Judiciary.
3 National Law Universities in India, admitting students for LLB and LLM programs through common law admission test conducted at the national level. We offer 7 specializations at LLB level in corporate and commercial laws, intellectual property laws, international law, environmental law, consumer law, personal laws, and human rights law. We also offer PhD programs. You can visit our website for lots of activities that go on in National Law University. But some of the major events in which we can explore some joint ventures with universities in Bangladesh. Number 1, in our Center for Studies in Environmental Law, we have been giving a legal technical support to the government of Assam in developing law for Inland Water Transport Regulatory Authority, and also bylaws for establishment of 2 corporations, one for the management of vessels and the other for management of ports. UGC chairperson has been mentioning about the very 1,000-year-old port here in Chittagong, and that kind of a work, I believe, will go a long way. The act is already passed by the government of Assam, and we are in the process of establishing the companies. A European World Bank is supporting this, and Dr. Paul is mentoring the project. The idea is to build the kind of a water transport management on a European model. Second, we are under the UNDP project conducting series of workshops and capacity building programs for biotechnology and biodiversity laws. And then third, we are working on some of the very burning issues in climate change, exploring interdisciplinary contours. Legal regulation is very weak. These are 3 important platforms in the Center for Environmental Laws. Second one is Center for Child Rights, funded by UNICEF, in which we are providing legal technical support to the Supreme Court of India in implementation of the Juvenile Justice Act in 7 states of the Northeast, by summoning in roundtables and regional conferences and zonal conferences chief secretaries and principal secretaries of 7 governments to mandate them and then do the legal audit of the performance. We also do lots of capacity building and knowledge dissipation activities in child rights. Then we have established Space Law Research Center to take up in collaboration with ISRO, to take up the challenge of legal regulation of debris management in the outer space, which is a huge challenge on which there is no international law available as of today. So it's a huge project in which we are engaging, and We have had preparatory workshop with some of the Euro-American scholars, and we are going for international conference next year in this regard. Another very important area is the Center for Legal Regulation of Blockchain Technology, wherein law is totally absent. We are working with Nakamoto B School in Austria, who are the inventor. Satoshi Nakamoto is the inventor of bitcoins, and there are lots of other, cryptocurrencies. And now blockchain started off with cryptocurrency, but then it is used in almost all platforms. And lots of things are going to be completely not there in the next generation technology activities, and legal regulation is totally absent in this domain. We have already had one roundtable, and we are going to have an international conference on building a legal framework for blockchain technology in the year 2020. These are some of the areas where I think we can find out explore some of the. We have not many other things because, sir, of the paucity of time, I don't want to take much of the time. Look forward for a great, collaborative, cooperative activities between India and Bangladesh. Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you. And now I'd like to call upon Professor Dr. Imran Kabir, who is the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Kumilla University in Bangladesh.
Thank you, sir. I would like to greet these wonderful conventions Chairman and the Honorable Chairman of the University Grand Commission of Bangladesh, Professor Abdul Mannan, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Shahjalal University of Science and Technology, Professor Fariduddin Ahmed, distinguished Vice Chancellors of various reputed University of Bangladesh and India, professors and invited guests in this well-organized international convention of Vice Chancellors. It is my pleasure to be here as a Vice Chancellor of Kumilla University to present the 26th Public University of Bangladesh, which is established in 2006. In order to meet the growing demand for higher education and research, especially in science and technology, the Awami League government of Bangladesh in 2001 took a decision for establishing 12 science and technology university in 12 greater old districts of the country and passed 12 acts in the parliament. Later, it was established as a general university in the Lalmai Hillock region of present Kumilla. Most interestingly, Kumilla was under ancient Samatat and Tripura before partition. It is a historically and culturally enriched place and a birthplace of many renowned people like Shohid Dhirendranath Datto, famous singer Sachin Dev Burman, etc. Kumilla University is situated at the very adjacent to the ancient archaeological site of 1,000 years of old Buddhist monastery, Shalbon Bihar. Therefore, this university contains the charm of historical heritage, flavor of a deep-rooted cultural bondage, and owns the pure spirit and taste of our soil. A very convenient geographical location between the capital city Dhaka and the second largest city Chattogram, and a very good road transport connectivity opens the gateway of opportunity for the university to welcome and attract not only the aspiring learners but also the scholars across the country. Dear scholars from abroad, it would be much more pleasure to have you amongst us as we all bear a spirit of inquiry and knowledge. We need to be a platform to provide our learners more opportunities. I am looking forward to exchange our students, arranging seminars or conference together so that we all could be benefited. Dear all, we are facing some global problems, especially climate change and terrorism. I think university could play a crucial role to make research on that to do a global citizen to face drastic climate change and spread awareness among the people. As a university is not only a place for doing research or maintaining curriculum, but also a place to create new and nourish old ideas along with culture. We could play a crucial role against terrorism by adapting our culture. To conclude, I should say this convention creates a strong possibility and scope of working with the scholars of this region, both in Bangladesh and India. By exchanging our views, thinking, knowledge, and experiences, we could strengthen our bilateral relationship and excel in the education. I hope this will be the start to start many more journeys all together. Finally, thanks again for inviting me in such a nice program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Imran. For special thanks for finishing on time. Now I would like to invite Professor K.K. Deka, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mahapurusha Srimanta Shankar Deva Vishwavidyalaya, Assam.
So thank you, Professor Mannan, Chairperson UGC, Bangladesh.